Republican Senator Ted Cruz, much like Donald Trump, decided to head up to Ohio this past weekend and do a little bit of campaigning for his chosen candidate. However, Ted Cruz's chosen candidate in that Ohio Senate race is not the same candidate that Donald Trump has endorsed. Donald Trump has endorsed J.D. Vance, or as Trump called him this past weekend, J.D. Mandel, whereas Ted Cruz has endorsed Josh Mandel, the real Mandel. So Ted Cruz goes up there, gives a little speech where he mocks all of these candidates, which is basically a shot at J.D. Vance, who go out there and talk about nothing more than how much they love Donald Trump. Here's what Ted Cruz says. Every candidate says, I love Donald Trump. No, I love Donald Trump more. No, I have Donald Trump tattooed on my rear end, he says mockingly. Again, credit where it's due, Ted Cruz is not wrong. Like, that is what this whole Republican primary season has become, is who loves Donald Trump more. No, it's me. No, it's me. No, it's me. That's all they're doing, is just talking about how much they love him, hoping to get his endorsement, which, as I always like to say, is more of a kiss of death because it lowers your chances to below 50% of actually winning your primary or the election that you're running in. So, that's what Ted Cruz had to say. And those are pretty strong words, by the way, accurate words, very strong though, coming from somebody like Ted Cruz, who, after Donald Trump spent months mocking Ted Cruz, mocking his wife, mocking his father, basically all the way down the Cruz family tree, just knocking every single branch, Ted Cruz ends up slithering back to Donald Trump. And that's, of course, how we ended up with fun little pictures like Ted Cruz looking like he hated everything about his life while phone banking for Donald Trump. That is what he was reduced to. And I think that photo, I think that is the perfect example of when Ted Cruz broke. That's when Donald Trump officially broke Ted Cruz, and Ted Cruz decided to, much like the end of the classic novel 1984, he loved him then. Tear down his face. He realized that Trump was right and everybody else was always wrong. Or at least that's the image that Ted Cruz wanted to project, because Ted Cruz has been just as disgusting, just as snivelly as all these people he's out there mocking today. You did the same thing, Ted! You think we forgot about that? Do you think we just, oh yeah, Ted Cruz? No. You didn't like him. You went to the Republican National Convention in 2016 and told people to vote their conscience. You didn't even endorse Trump then. And then it wasn't long after that photograph was taken of you looking like you wanted to cry, making phone calls for Donald Trump, because you realize that's what you have to do to be a good little Republican these days. You're right about mocking these people. Absolutely. That is all they've become. But you're wrong if you think that somehow you have risen above it when you are actually the one who perfected the groveling to Donald Trump. Thanks for watching, and if you like what you saw, don't forget to like, comment, share, and most importantly, subscribe to our Ring of Fire channel here.